Hello.
Hello. I don't know if anyone's going to be here, but we're here. Oh, sorry. I'm laminating.
There's 0 people here.
That's okay. Sometimes it takes a minute. And also, it's all right if nobody comes. We are here anyway, doing our thing. Okay. I am laminating. Is no one here for real? Oh, 4 people. Hi, guys.
Hello, 4 people.
Hello, 4 people. I am making these cards they're going to be envelopes, you'll see. This is for a thing called the 100 Envelope Challenge, which is you do 100 envelopes and you number them 1 to 100. And then every week or however often, I think we're going to do it weekly, but every week or however often you decide to do it, you put like however.
Marilyn.
There's Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn.
However much. Ooh, don't shift on me now. I don't know if I can even do this. Come on, baby. Hold on. You number 100 envelopes 1 to 100, and every week you mix them up random, and then every week you put that much money into, like if you pull number 13, you put $13 in your envelope, or however that works, like whatever number you come up with. Man, that's not going in straight. I'm gonna be very upset if I just messed up these envelopes after I spent what felt like my whole life making them. Anyway, if you do that for the 100 envelopes, you will end up saving $5,050. That's crazy, right? $5,050. That's a lot of money.
Do you have a piece of paper I can grab? Something to scrap.
Like that. I'm going to run that through one more time. I'm just going to make these 1 envelopes. But see, I've got all 100 of my envelopes. This is all 100 of my when I laminate them, then you cut the top off and it becomes a little envelope and you stick your money in there. I forgot to number those ones. Are you kidding me? Maybe I'll put stickers on them. Unbelievable. I forgot to sticker those or label those. I'm not going to do all these right now because I want to show you guys my editorial calendar. But I want to see how this works. Come on, baby.
I'm working on my bullet journal. Trying to figure out how I want to set up my little monthly spreads. And I'm a little nervous about it. There's my Fred. I haven't really decorated it yet.
Let me see your Fred. Do you have your stickers on there?
I do have my stickers. And I've been putting in my word count.
Nice.
I wrote over 1,000 words on Wednesday.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. Okay, let's see if these, I'm just going to see if these envelopes work, and then I'm going to, next time I'll have this all set up and I'll show you guys. I'm not going to do them all right now. Oh, I don't think I have scissors. Do I have scissors? Do you have scissors?
No.
I'm going to have to use my thingy. Just want to do 1 right here. It has to go this way. All right. I'm a little nervous about messing this up. Oh, it didn't mess up. Woohoo! I'm so easily amused. It's ridiculous. Okay, easily amused, easily amused. Okay, and then the theory is you cut the very top of it off with the paper and everything. Oh, it didn't work. That one's going to have to be relaminated. Let me try one more. I cut it too close to the edge.
To go on Pinterest.
I might end up just taping these because this is kind of a lot of work.
8 people here, but Only Marilyn has said hello.
Say hello. Who's here? All right, let's see. Did it work? Oh, it did. See, now I've got a little envelope. See? And I can stick my money in there. But I don't.
That's very cute.
It is cute, but I left way too much of this plastic. And if I cut too much of it off, it. So then it goes. Oh, it does. It fits perfect. So then you have them all in here. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. This one did not work. I'm going to have to relaminate it. Or use a little tape. I actually have tape right here.
Shanta and I went to Walmart before our just.
What? Sorry, now you're home. What did you come in here for? I was just telling them about my 100 envelope challenge. Do you want to hear it?
What?
My 100 envelope challenge.
That's Kevin stopped in to say hello.
So my 100 envelope challenge, I'm making 100 envelopes that are like this. And then this one, I think I'm just going to fix this one with tape. And then they get numbered 1 to 100. And then you pick a random one every week, probably not every day, because that would be a lot of money. And then have whatever numbers on it. So if like this one said number 42, you would put $42 in there for the week. Guess how much money you have after you fill up all 100 envelopes? Just guess.
He's gonna.
40,000 or something?
No, it's not 40,000. You ruin everything. You're supposed to say like, I don't know, $1,000.
9,600.
No, 5,050. You ruined it.
I did not ruin it.
Yes, you did. You're supposed to be impressed, and instead you guessed like 10 times higher.
But that's every week for a year. Or,
So every week for 2 years,
on the 2 years.
if you but we could do it more often, or we could do 2 a week, or you can do however you want. But see, look, it's like a little envelope I made with the laminator. See? And then you put, like, I'll number this, and then you put your line there.
Should I
So I have 2 done.
share my screen so they can see me looking for stuff for my bullet journal on Pinterest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how?
Yeah.
Okay. Adrian's going to share her screen. Do you want me to minimize my, can you?
No, you're okay.
Okay. Adrian's going to look for stuff for her bullet journal. Hi, Raphael. Marilyn. Oh, where is Michelle? Michelle March was going to come and work on her bullet journal.
Might be actually working on some planning.
Yeah. That might be why she's not here.
I like that one.
I was really liked, you know what I used for this? I got a book at Ollie's. And that one's already cut. I got a book at Ollie's, and that's what I use for these pages. Most of the time people use scrapbook paper, but I got a book at Ollie's for like $3 that I thought had the cutest pages. See, aren't these really pretty?
Funny one.
3.
Bullet journal,
Well, there we go.
monthly spread.
I'm just going to finish cutting these, and then I'm going to show them my setup.
I like that one. That's not exactly what I want. I want a goals spread.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find I need to find a spread for my January goals.
Okay. Better hurry up with that. We're already a quarter of the way through January.
I know. Well, no, I know what my goals are. I need the spread. to know
Right.
what I'm gonna
But
do.
you better find the February one too, I think.
Well, I already have the February ones already written.
Okay.
But that's my plan. As soon as I figure out how I'm going to do these monthly spreads, then I can move on to doing the February one. But I have not been sure about what I want to do, how I want to do these ones.
Oh man, it's really hard to tell where you have a little opening. You like cut off the very tip of this thing, and then but I keep this tape works pretty well though, and it's
That's
invisible.
people can see since I'm not working on my journal right now.
Oh, they can see me taping.
Well, so they can see you working.
Oh.
Not everybody might not be interested in bullet journaling.
Well, when you're done showing them your bullet journaling, what you're looking for, I'm gonna show them mine.
Well, you can, because now you're bigger, so people
Oh,
can see what
But
you're
yours
doing.
is like weird. It's like black and then
It's not showing.
it's like showing like mine is like two
Oh, I
thirds.
know it is. It is weird. I don't know how to. Maybe if I can remove myself for now. Maybe I can remove.
Are you in there?
myself and
3?
add
Oh yeah,
myself in.
remove you.
And then
There. Too much.
This. No, I don't know why it's doing that though. It's like only either.
Well, you have yourself in here twice, so you have to.
Well, no, but I'm not on the screen. There's just no way to
Oh, I see.
do it without. I think this is fine.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, too much tape.
I'm just gonna get rid of this Art Nouveau.
You're not going to do Art Nouveau?
No, I am, but I can add in Art Nouveau. I just need to find the layout that I want for the goals.
Oh, and you don't know what it is?
Yeah, I just am not sure how I want to do it.
What are your ideas? These are
I
so
don't know.
stinking cute.
That's what I'm looking.
See? And then you just like if this had the number 1 on it, you would just fold up $1 and stick it in there and then put it in your little thing. And this little box was $2 at Walmart. And I got the book that I took the pictures out of. Oh, that's too big. For like $2.99 at Ollie's. And what else? That's it. The setup anyway is inexpensive and kind of fun. This one is too big. I can't get small enough. Yeah, if I just tape the edge there, it's kind of invisible and I can cut the plastic real close. That's what I'm gonna have to do. You're supposed to leave enough of an edge, but my little box is like just the right size. So I need to cut it pretty close to the edge.
I think that is this. I'm gonna do.
Why don't you make yours bigger so we can see it?
Well, now because I know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop screen sharing. I'm gonna put myself back on the screen.
Oh, so we can
People
see.
can see.
Watch you do your art thing.
Oh man, now my thing got all messed up.
Mm.
That's so annoying. Oh wait, there we go. Shanta and I went to Walmart earlier and we found these kind of cool 5-year question a day journals.
We have to get caught up.
I know, you just go to the day of the year, right? And so for just the, January 1st of this year, you just answer the question there. And then January 1st of next year, you answer this question right here. I thought that was kind of cool. Kind of like a really easy and quick morning pages.
3 lines instead of
Yep.
3 pages because I'm not a morning pages person.
You're a fiction writing morning people.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna. I thought I was gonna laminate all those, but that's like obviously gonna take some time. I don't want to take it. Look how cute this little box is. Isn't that adorable? It's a pen and gear little plastic box. It was like $2 something at Walmart, less than $3. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Evelyn. Oh, there's people here, Adrian. And says, great idea. Wish the email announcing this was sent at least an hour ahead of
I
time.
know. It's
We just barely got here.
impromptu, You guys, impromptu.
Mostly we're here because I had a really hard day. My dog died and Also, my dad is in surgery right now, having surgery on his kidney. So I just needed to hang out with my girl, Adrian, and you guys. So positive vibes. Okay. So I wanted to show you guys my whole like plan, the way I'm planning for 2022. It's got layers. I'm a little worried I don't have all the layers. This one. I need this one. And that's it. Okay. So it starts with, this is, oh man, that's terrible. I don't need to see my computer. All right. So this is J Stories, a large monthly planner. It costs around $10 on Amazon. I just, oh, look at that. It's coming right off. Do you have a glue stick? No. I have to glue that back on. My glue stick didn't work. Anyway, this one fit January to August 2022. And I first just made January's calendar, and I put all, these are my, like, there's our YouTube call. There's my Kidlit workshop, my fiction workshop, like everything my static schedule for January. So you can see that's January. And I started to put my writing, my editorial calendar in here, but it wouldn't fit. And I couldn't get like they make one that's a little bigger than this, but I was like, I'm going to end up with like a house size monthly planner. And then this is a blank calendar. This is what it looks like when it's not filled out. It's just a blank calendar like this. And then I just write the month there. But I only had room. So what I ended up doing was, this is my work calendar. And then this is my editorial calendar. So I took a highlighter and I just made 5 lines. So there's room for 10 projects. I wrote the projects like they're just repeated for every week. And then I just wrote what I needed to do for each project. So now all I have to do is, like, today was Thursday and I knew that I'm working on a novel called Sonnet, and I needed, you can see that, I needed to plan Sonnet during our, that's my 10-minute writing goal at 10 a.m. every morning on YouTube here. And then during our hour, I worked on this Writer Hacks, which is a short nonfiction book that I'm working on. And then I needed to write an email, which I still need to do. And it's in my calendar. So tonight I will do that because it's going to go out tomorrow. So all I need to do is exactly what's on here to hit all of my goals for the year. As long as, and then I've got a couple of days where like as long, like by this day I have to have this much. So you can see here, by this day I have to have this much done, or I need to spend this day, which is our all day write, to catching up. We will see how it works, but I'm very excited about it. And I did it. I didn't do August yet, but I did it all the way through July. So from now until July, I know exactly. I did not fill in my static schedule, of course. I do that on the last Sunday of every month. But for my editorial calendar, I have written it all in, everything. Emails I need to write, blog posts, the days I'm going to publish blog posts, what I'm going to work on for each of my projects. Pretty intense, but kind of exciting, because when I look at this, there's really not any day where I need to do more than maybe 2 hours of writing to keep up with all of my projects. And I've got a lot of them, right? If you were in our Fresh Start workshop, you'll know that we talked about having buckets, and I have a lot of them. Are they in here? I have a lot of buckets, like, I'll show you how I did this. I don't think I have it written in here anymore, but I think I might have put it in my resources one. Anyway, I have all of these buckets, and they're my buckets are, I know I wrote it in here, are fiction, like independently or indie published fiction, independently published fiction, traditionally published fiction, serialized fiction, short nonfiction, long nonfiction, low content books. Those are my buckets. And oh, I know where I put that. Of course I know where I put it. So once I knew what my buckets were, all I had to do was write my, oh, maybe I don't know, was write my, figure out each one. So I did that here in my Stalogy. So yesterday I did this, I've been doing this for a couple weeks, but I really sat down and figured it all out yesterday, like where exactly everything. So there's my traditionally fiction, published fiction bucket, and in there is this book Suzanne, which is a young adult novel that I need to get to I would like to get to my agent by October 1st. So I thought, well, what do I need to do that? I need to have it finished sometime in September, because I need to let it rest for a week or so and then read through it before I send it to her. I'm not sending her a bare like a straight up bare first draft, so I need to at least read through it before I send it to her. So I need to finish it by September. So I thought, well, then I need to have at least 55,000 words by I figured out, if I can write 5,000 words a month on this particular project, then I will have 55,000 words done by August. And then in September, I can make it my priority project and just finish it. I'll be in the third act by then, and I know I'll be able to do it. Independently published fiction, I have 2 sets of 3. So that these 3 are one series and these 3 are one series. Only 2 of these I have to write. Poet is completely done. So you can see I just wrote done there. Sonnet and lyric, I have to write completely. I've not even planned them. Well, I'm planning sonnet right now. Thunderstruck, Paradise City, and Goodbye Blue Sky, I have written, and I just need to edit them. And so I want to publish them, Poet on May 20th, Sonnet on June 17th, and Lyric on July 15th. These are going to be my first real attempt at indie published fiction, which makes me very nervous, but I'm going to do it. So I just figured out like how long do I need to write these books? When do I need to get them to my editor, who is Kristen? And then in time for them to get back to me so that I can edit them, because I need to have all 3 of these books done before May, because I'm not publishing them until I've written all 3. So I figured all that out, and then I just put it into my calendar. And same for every project, every single project. It's a lot of projects. Then I just did by the month, and I ran out of space, so I put it on Post-it notes. But like, what do I need to do each month? And then I got out my editorial calendar and I transferred it all in there. So this is my editorial calendar. And once I have it filled out, I actually only need to look at it once a month. Because then I have a weekly calendar. I love this weekly calendar. It's by Adam J. Kurtz. And it's just a fun one. He's a graphic artist, and I just really like it. But what I decided, so my problem is that I need to see my whole calendar at one glance like this. I have to use a monthly calendar. Hi, Wendy. I have to use my monthly calendar because that's how my brain works. I've tried using every other kind of calendar, and a monthly one is the only one that really works for me. But I need to be able to do future planning that doesn't work as well in a monthly calendar. So I decided to, there's a lot of stuff in here. I haven't filled it out yet, but what I did, oh, there it is, was I just sat down on the last Sunday of December, and I added all of the stuff from both of these monthly calendars into this weekly calendar. And then I can add in, like I made a doctor's appointment for me and my younger daughter that's on Friday. And so I just added that in here, not in here, because this doesn't have any personal appointments or anything. This is my work calendar. So any personal stuff goes in here. And also if something comes up, then I can put it in here. So, but I also transfer all of my writing stuff and all of my work stuff into here too, so that I have like the whole week at a view here. Hope that makes sense. So if I do this. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Wendy. It is, it's like $10 and it's a really good quality. The paper's really thick, nothing soaks through or anything. And I really like, I know that Michelle March, if she comes in or she's here, she uses a pink one. I like these craft ones because I like to decorate them. I just used a white gel pen. So, but it was like a revelation to me. Adrian was like, you could just use 2 months or 2 months for the same month. And I was like, oh my God, I totally could. It's such a rule breaker. I'm not used to being a rule breaker, but I was like, so I have 2 for January. These are both January calendars. And it's like, holy crap. It's so cool. I can like have everything in one place instead of trying to juggle 2 different calendars. And it's amazing. These are on, yes, they can both be bought on Amazon. This one is really cheap. This one's more like $20. It's one I buy every year just because I really like it though. But you can definitely get cheaper weekly. And in fact, JStory makes weekly ones if you wanted. Hi, Alicia. You're welcome. I'm just sharing my, yeah. So what I do is what my main like daily calendar is this one. And this is, I love this cover. It's a Chic Sparrow. I got it on Amazon, on a Facebook Marketplace. Like somebody was selling a used one because they're pretty expensive. If you go to Chic Sparrow, there's the Chic Sparrow. Yellow is my creativity color. I've thought about buying another one, so I could change them out, but then I just think how much I really love this yellow one. And I love the patina that it has and everything, so I just keep using it. This is a B6 size, which is 5x7, which is my favorite. And then I just use a, this is called a, this is a B6 Stalogy, S-T-A, I'll write it in the chat. It's a B6 Stalogy. Yep. And it's just basically a calendar with a notebook with a real thin, I don't know if this is Tomoe River paper, but it's similar if it's not. And it's just very thin paper that does not, it doesn't bleed. So like this is a fountain pen and it doesn't bleed through. There's a little ghosting that doesn't bother me, but it doesn't bleed through. I've even, I painted on one page, water paints even, and it just doesn't bleed through. Can't find where I painted on it, but I did paint on it for sure somewhere in here. I painted on the December there it is. See, I painted on that one with watercolors and it just doesn't bleed through or anything. So I have a plastic cover. I think this is from Lauren Phelps Designs. It has a little glittery in there. I think is pretty. I just made this in Canva and printed it on vellum that I bought on Amazon, pretty cheap. Right was going to be my word of the year, and so that was supposed to be my word of the year, and I changed it, and it's reorient now, but I still like that, and I haven't made a new one. I just have a little postcard in here that's kind of old school Las Vegas, which is my hometown and where all my family is, and I just like it. It makes me think of Las Vegas. I think I'll show you guys. I'll do a little flip. Well, no, let me first show you. So what I do at the beginning of the week, so on Sunday every week, I just go to whatever the next page is in my Stalogy, and then I just label, I date each page. So Monday, Tuesday with the date. I like washi tape a lot. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I always use a Monday start. I'll show you this where I got it, but I use this meal plan that I just tape into here. And I do a running to-do list for the week, and then that's it. The rest of the pages, just when I have some notes to take, I just I just go page by page by page. And then on Sunday, I'll just start you know, this would be if tomorrow or today was Sunday, this would be Monday, Tuesday. I just go to the next one. I think this year I'm going to put washi tape on the outside edge because I think it's going to look really pretty when it's done, and I'll be able to see the week, and then it'll have like blank pages in between, and it'll be kind of cool. Last year I just always put it here, but I think I'm going to put it on the side this year to see how that works. Yeah, so that is my, so what I do then is on the first Sunday of the month, or no, every Sunday, I just like, so on this coming Sunday, I'll just look at this spread here. This starts the 10th is Monday. So on Sunday night or Sunday sometime, I'll just look here. And then when I make my pages, I'll just transfer what's on here onto here as the start of my to-do list for the day. And then every morning I add whatever else I have to do. You know, like you can see here's tomorrow, and I just have what I wrote on Sunday, and then tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'll just come and put more, you know, fill out whatever else I need to do. That's my flow so far. And we will see how it goes. I think that it's going to go well. I have a really good feeling about it. This editorial plan feels like, yeah, it's a little overwhelming. And don't forget, Evelyn, that I'm a full-time writer. So, yeah. Oh, Alicia says, do I also use an electronic calendar? I do not. Adrienne does, mostly. And so hers, what she's working on right now is just a bullet journal for like stuff that's more artistic and that she likes to do by hand, like trackers and stuff. But her calendar is on a Asana. And I don't like electronic calendars. I can't do it. I just only do handwriting. I have an Asana for my work, and it doesn't work for me. I don't even think about it. It's not like I think about it and think, nah, I don't want to do it. I just don't even think about it. Oh, and then I just have these are removable tabs. And so I'll just move this one. It says Ed, because that's what I call my editorial calendar. And this one says work. So in February, I'll just move like the work one here and the Ed one here. And then I'll be ready to fill out on the last Sunday of the month, I'll fill out my work calendar for February and so on. But it's super. I actually just ordered today another one of these because this calendar, when I put two calendars per month, only got me through August. And then there's like 1 month of September here. So I need to fill this out. I have everything. I just haven't filled it out yet. I'll do that tonight. But like through July, I know every single day exactly what I need to do to hit all of my writing goals. And I am super excited. Right. So I have a monthly calendar and a weekly one, but I only look at my monthly one, once a month. And I only look at my weekly one once a week. And then I use my daily one every single day. And these I dug them out. I brought them down here, and I'm still setting up my editorial calendar. So I have been using it, but once it's set up, I won't have to actually look at it again, except once a month. And then I have this. So in the back here, I have same company, which is JStory, makes a medium monthly planner. It's smaller. This is like an A5 size. And this one is my Fred, which is a folder for reaching the end of my draft, and it's my writing tracker. I just put a little plastic envelope in here, I don't know what you call this, a pocket, to put stickers in, because so you can see here, like there's November, there's December, here's January. I need to do January. I'll do that right now. I'm using these little dog ones. And I didn't have enough of either one, but I thought they were so cute that I decided to use both, alternating. My inner child is about 3 years old, and she loves pretty things, including these cute little stickers. So cute. So then I'll just write, if I can find myself a pen. I will write in here what I wrote. So today I worked on writer hacks. And I wrote, I plotted sonnet. So I didn't write like log in November, and then I did in December, and I really liked it, and I like how it looks. So I decided I'm going to try doing it all year, but it's just, I like the streak. This makes me happy. It just makes me happy to see this streak of wins. I don't know. It's this, if I write for 10 minutes in a day, I give myself a little sticker. Here I wrote down some of my goals, but I've got that in my ed, so I haven't done it again in here, but this will hold the whole year. It looks like it can, it actually holds more than the year. I think it went up to March of 2023. And these are cheap. I think this is only like $6. So I have some stickers in here and I'll show you why. Oh, I just found this in the book where I got the pages to make my envelopes for the 100 envelope challenge. I saw they had this big word curate, and I have a project this year that I'm calling the Great Curate. So I just taped that in there. Okay, this calendar this is the second year I've had this same exact calendar. It's Ray Dunn. Is that her name? Ray Dunn. And I got it at TJ Maxx for $10. And it's very simple, just a basic monthly calendar. You can see it's just a plain old monthly calendar. This was going to be my, you can see here, this is why I needed a bigger calendar, because this is where I tried in December to keep my work planner and my editorial calendar together, and it was very confusing. I couldn't even read that. Elizabeth, that is so amazing. My brain doesn't work like this at all, so I'm fascinated by how you keep it all together and that you actually use them all. Yeah. It's taken me a long time, and I don't know.
But also, like, you usually start out with a more intense system in the beginning of the year, and then it dwindles down.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, you figure out what works.
Well, the one thing that's worked for me for a long time is this Stalogy, where I have some way bigger writing goals this year than I've had in a really long time, and so yeah. So this is just where I thought I would keep track of my this project that my husband and I'm roping Adrian into it, is calling it the Great Curate. And it's I'll show you what I made. I came up, I guess I could right now. So I came up with this matrix. It's kind of like a Eisenhower matrix. Well, it is an Eisenhower matrix, but instead of important and urgent, I have love and don't love, and need and don't need. So if you love and need something, then you keep it. It's a no-brainer. If you love and don't need something, then you have to choose whether or not to keep it. If you need or don't need something, like if you need but you don't love something, but you need it, then you can you're going to keep it, but you're going to put it like on a list to replace, or you're going to start thinking about how can I replace this with something that I would like to move it up here, like into something that I need and it closer to love. Like it might not be like way up here in the corner, but if you think of this as a grid, like maybe at least it could be on the line, right? Or, move from here to here. On the love, don't love line, right? Like get it closer up into the love part. And this is what Marilyn asked, like, well, what about your toilet brush? I don't think I've ever loved a toilet brush. And I haven't either, but there's a big difference between having like a gross old plastic one and like a nice one with a pretty wooden handle or something. And so, my ugly old toilet brush that I need but don't love can go on my replace list, so that when I come across one that I like better, I can replace it. And then if I don't need something and I don't love it, it can go in the, I can just dump it without worrying about it. And this helps me. I suffer pretty badly from FOMO. And so this helps me a lot. Like if I have, or at least I think it will, it's pretty new to me. I just barely, like in the last few weeks, have been thinking about it. But like if I have something and everybody else is doing it and I'm like, well, do I need to do it? Do I love the idea of it? And if it's no, like I don't need it and I don't really love it, it's just that everyone else is doing it and I feel like I have to, then I can dump it without guilt. So keep, choose, dump, or replace based on this grid. And I think this is but then I started thinking this could work for my whole life. And I really like the word curate a lot. So stay tuned. We'll see how it works. We're going to do my husband's all on board for some of it, which I keep telling him, I think it would be really fun because we really want to get rid of some debt and we really want to do like a big, I do not like the word declutter, but, so I'm calling it a curate. We're going to curate our whole house and get rid of stuff that doesn't fit in the keep or replace part of our matrix. So I thought I would do that. And I just taped in some pages here so I could have some paper to write on and take notes on. And that's what this one is. And my Fred, so this, I don't even know what size this is. Oh, we did figure it out. Do you remember what it was?
It's 7 by 10.
So it was a B6. So this is, a B5. This is a little bigger. This is a lot bigger than my Stalogy, which is a B6. Oh yeah, because you can see it's half. And this is, but my little Fred fits right in the back of this. It's not how I usually put him in this way. I just tucked the back thing into the pocket and he opens up this way. And I also, this is why I need a great curate, but on Black Friday, I, on a whim, I paid for a whole year of Silk and Sonder, which is these, aren't these pretty? Oh, why are we getting them? Why? Whoops, go away.
Oh. Spammers.
So this is Silk and Sonder, which is it's a subscription and it's a monthly self-care planner. I actually don't know exactly everything that's in here. If I really want to, I'll show the back pages. So it has a planner and the last thing I need is another weekly planner, but I've wanted to do like tracking, like a daily log, not tracking. It's like a log. So I decided that I'm going to use this planner to do just it's kind of like reverse journaling, like not journaling. It's not reflective, just a list of what I did every day. What's his name? Austin Cleon, talks about it a lot and he's kept one forever. And I keep trying and I never do it. And I thought this might work because I'm not going to, what happens is I skip a few days and then I filled this one out too much to be like public with it. But I skip a few days and then I feel so guilty that I don't end up, I just let it go. Like he uses a little like A6 Moleskine planner, like a small pocket planner that's 1 page per day. And what happens is I miss a week or a month or whatever, and I don't want to go back to it because I feel guilty. And this one, because it's only a month, if I miss a few days or weeks, I get a brand new one the next month. And so it's not that big of a deal. And then there's some things in here, like you can track your sleep and you can in your moods, and there's a place for a habit tracker. And like here they had, they tell you, there's like, this was introducing this concept of Ikigai, I don't know, Ikigai. Anyway, so there's like a worksheet over here for working through this kind of intense Venn diagram, I guess. So that fits right. I don't know what it is about this planner, but you can fit a lot of stuff in there and it bulks up without getting like out of shape. But I just put it in here backwards so that the coil doesn't get messed up. And then the calendar itself has a thing. And so every night I just pull this out and I do my Fred and I do my Silk and Sonder, and it's like my little nighttime, as close as I get to journaling, I guess. I don't know where that is. What else do I have? And Oh, I was going to show you. So, also on a whim, because I have been really struggling with meal planning, like badly. And as a result, because I'm the cook in my family, it has not been good. We've been eating out and you have to know we live in a place where there's like not good takeout. So we've been eating like the worst kind of takeout for too much for a long time. So I need to get better at meal planning, because what happens is someone tells me what's for dinner at like 7:00, and I'm like in the middle of working and I haven't even thought about it. So I bought this. It's a Pioneer Woman at Walmart. I think it was like $10. But I realized pretty quick, like, there's no way I'm going to use this. For one thing, I really hate I don't like this binding. Like, you can't, like, I don't know, you can't get at it right. So what I decided I was going to do was just take a page out. So just the side that has dinner, I would, so here you can see somewhere around here, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So I just take the page out and I cut off this snack and treats thing. And then I fold it up so that it'll fit in here like this, which makes a little pocket back here. And then I take one of each of these sheets that's on the side here. Look, I'll show you. I'll put next week's in here. And I fold those back and stick them in there. And then I can make my grocery list on those 2 pieces of paper and put my meal plan here. My thought is that if I was going to do any meal prep, I could write it on that side. I don't feel the need to write down what I'm going to have for lunch every day. I eat actually basically the same thing for breakfast and lunch every day. It's dinner that's my problem. So, and everyone in my family is pretty well grown and capable of feeding themselves for breakfast and lunch, but I do like to have a family dinner, and I'm the cook, so struggle. So I have loved this service that's called eMeals, and I had already paid for it, but I wasn't using it because for a while we were using like Every Plate, and Every Plate didn't work ideally because it only goes up to 4, and there's like often 7 or 8 people at our house for dinner. We have more than 4 people in our house. Yeah, she did. I need to go look at that, Marilyn. She says Cindy Heath wrote a post about Ikigai or whatever it is. Come on, spammers. We don't want you here. So eMeals, it just gives you a meal plan for the week. Like I just printed, it comes every Wednesday. So I just printed out this Wednesday's, and it's pistachio herb pork. I do the quick and healthy family plan. Pistachio herb pork chops, chicken Alfredo with crispy garlic crumbs, Monterey chicken skillet, winter vegetable whole grain salad. My computer doesn't like that. Black and white. Creamy lemon caper grouper. I don't think I'm going to be able to get grouper here. So we'll probably, it says or use cod. Yep. I can definitely get cod here. Beef and broccoli rice bowls and chicken and mushrooms. It has a side dish. And then there's a drink here, kombucha smash, which I definitely will not make. And then it gives you the grocery list. So I just, on Sunday, we'll sit down because I don't actually start it on, we usually do our grocery shopping. Like usually I'm about a week behind email. So this came out, but on sometime before the weekend, actually, I'll make the grocery list. I put all the stuff in it and start a Walmart grocery list. And then my husband adds whatever he wants to it. And then he sets it to be where he can just go pick it up. And it works very nicely. There's a way on emails that you can send it to Walmart. I've tried, I've not been able to make it work. So I just do it by hand. And you don't have to, you don't always need all of the stuff to, like, if you already have some of this stuff. And like, they want me to use refrigerated mashed potatoes, and I will definitely just buy some potatoes and make mashed potatoes. Like, I'm not using refrigerated mashed potatoes. So there's some stuff that you might want to change, but it's really easy to do. So that's my plan for meal planning for 2022 so far. We shall see how that goes. Oops. Those are my, I ordered these Silk and Saunders stickers, but I'm not going to do it again because they're too expensive. I got just the one because I was doing the Black Friday, and so they were like half off, but I'm not paying $10 a month for stickers for that planner. Not happening.
This looks much better in person than it does on the camera.
Let me see. Oh yeah, it's so pretty.
I know, on the camera it looks all.
I keep telling her it's not, and it looks
I know. It
clear.
looks much better.
Okay, should I do a flip?
Yes.
So I just have this clear cover, and then inside the clear cover is a piece of it's like scrapbook paper, I think. I just thought it was pretty, and then I made this thing on vellum that I printed out and stuck in there. What do I have in here? Oh, I had this sticker, and I just took a piece of laminating plastic and stuck it on there so I could keep using it, but it says I write by hand. And I think I have another one in here. Is that stuck? Oh, this is one I'm going to get. I need to do another piece of laminate. I have my laminator out and everything. I should do it now. But I'm going to stick that one to laminating too. It says you were born to tell stories. So I just have that in there. And this is just some washi tape that I have there. And I don't even know what else is in here, but just stuff. Look at this little taco. This is this paper clip taco. Mostly I just have stuff in here that I like. What do I have in? Oh, just it's just a calendar. I just made this little folder because I thought it was cute. This is a folded over old postcard, and then I like masking tape a lot. I like the kind of grungy look of it, and I just taped in this little picture, and I put a calendar in there. There's my motto: just write every day of your life, read intensely, then see what happens. You'll see that a lot in here. This is so I have a Pinterest board that's kind of like an aesthetic board, like stuff that is colors I like or just things that speak to me. And then I sent a bunch of them off to Walmart to be printed. So I have all of these pictures of stuff that I like, and I just picked one, and this is like a funky like a statue, but it's all chippy paint. And then I put a quote in there with a white gel pen: I can age more elegantly if I curate talent. I don't know who Colin Coward was, but I like his thing. There's another little, so if you have a what kind of printer is that? It's not inkjet, it's the other kind, a laser printer. And you print on, you can print on anything, and then you can get this transfer, foil transfer. What's on? What? Okay, well, okay, well, you know, because we already talked about. I can't have this. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, if you run it through, if you put the piece of that transfer foil, it will stick to the ink if you have a laser jet printer, which I do. And so you just run it through the laminator and it makes it stick. And so I just foiled that I printed on. I made it on Canva and printed it out, but then it's like way smaller. So I don't know what I did wrong. And I made this one on Canva. So every month I just go into Canva and make a bunch of stuff that I like. So I made this one on Canva and I printed it on vellum. There's my quote again. I just had this calendar and I cut out the months because I didn't feel like writing it out. And then I just washi taped them in for a 2022 calendar, and I needed more room, so I taped a little sign on there. And there's some goals. There's my static schedule for each day of the week. More goals. So this was me. This was the stuff that we did for our fresh start week, and I just wrote my notes for that in here. There's December, so I have the month. This one I did write it out, and another. I usually do a quote every month. This says, start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. St. Francis of Assisi. And I just painted on there and then wrote it with marker. My December goals. I thought I would do a attending list and just write it in here, and then I did not like it. I didn't use it. And I ended up ordering power sheets again anyway. So I'll show you what I'm doing with that when I get to January. And so then I just have I started this new book on the 19th. So there's not much of December in here. And then you can see like I made notes for Christmas dinner, and just whenever I was working, like Adrian and I usually go through ideas for short nonfiction books, like whatever. I just make notes in here until I get to Sunday. And sometimes I have something that I want to remember. This was like a list of monthly themes for Ninja Writer. So I did that. I got some new washi tape. So I just made a little swatch page. And then I started making notes for January. And then I had one more week that went into January 1st. I thought I was going to do this because I was reading about systems, and it said make a little card that has your three most important things and your schedule. And I realized like after one day that's not happening. I did not like it. There's where I got some new pens and I tried them out. There's my meal plan for that week, and it worked really well. I made every one of those meals. I was very proud of myself. I just liked that picture of some flowers in the snow. There's where I was working out my planners. Oh, and so then we got to January, and this was the first Sunday in January. So it was the quarter. So there's my, I have 3 OKRs, or 3 big goals, and the key results. So objective and key results, and then some January goal, and then January, February, and March goals. And then we're in January. So this was just a piece of vintage wrapping paper I liked a lot. And I loved this quote. She said, I love it where it's summer and winter. And I thought that was really cool. And this little, about something that had this little card. May you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you make. So I just stuck that in there because I liked it. I printed this little cute thing out from Canva. Somebody else made it. All I changed on here was instead of to do, I just put ideas. Otherwise, I just printed it out exactly as I found it. So any one of you guys could go find this little guy on Canva. And I have the power sheets, which is like, I should have brought it down and I did not, but it's like a planner that's just a goal planner. It's not like a weekly or monthly calendar or anything. It's just for goal planning. And I'm not using, like, it has a monthly calendar in there that I obviously do not need another monthly calendar. And last year I bought it and I did not use it. Right. So, I just decided that instead of drawing in a calendar, I would just put my January one in like that. I made this little thing for my great curate. So I've got mind, body, home, and work, and some ideas. There's a little bit of another foiled acetate, and I made a little January thing that I printed on vellum that I thought was pretty. There's a page for books read. My January theme, which is my word of the year, which is reorient. So some ideas for that. There's another one, the sun will come out, Don't really like it on there, but there it is. This is like a little task tracker. There's my tending sheet. So I took the tending sheet out of my power sheets and just taped it in here. And I'm definitely, so on Sunday when I do my weekly planning, I can come and fill this out for the whole week because I know I'm not going to go do it daily. And then there's just a place where on Sundays I can just write down like any progress I made on my goals, and then the first week, and then the notes. So that's a little flip of my January, my planner so far. When this gets full, it gets nice and big and chunky. There's my puppy. She died today. My May. Poor May. And then I just have some little stuff stuck in the back of there. And then I have a resources notebook, which is just a cheapy notebook that I got at Walmart because it fit. And I didn't want to wait, like order one and wait. So I just, this was a B6 size. So I bought it. And I think it was like 2 of them for $3 or something. The paper is not fantastic. So I might end up getting, it's very thin and not in a good way. I might end up getting a better one and replacing this, but for now it's good. And what this is like stuff that I write in my daily pages, just random notes. If it's something that I think I'm going to want to, like here's a list of Q1 launches for Ninja Writers, stuff that I know. Thank you, Wendy. It's so sad. No, you can't reuse these notebooks year to year. And this also, I definitely, if I keep up with it and keep using it, I mean, you can see I'm like a good bit of the way in, and I'm only in January, the beginning of January. So probably like this is every 3 months. If I use it the way I have been, I'll have 4 of them for the year. I don't even know this was just a little, I haven't even used it. It's just a little sketchbook I just stuck in there. So that's my Stalogy. I really like it. I just came up with something, and then Adrian came over and but I saw something come through my Facebook that called this kind of planning, messy planning. And then I Googled it, or I looked it up on YouTube, and it's a thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a messy planner. Adrian is not. See how pretty and artistic hers is.
That's one of my goals and why I'm doing this is because I feel like one of my reasons why I'm not a physical planner is because it is impossible for me to have a pen or a pencil in my hand and not doodle. And so what happens is that my planners end up so messy that like I can't read what I wrote, and it's a problem. And then it makes my whole plan. I can't I feel like I need my planner is my one place where I need it to not be cluttered.
So one last thing that I decided to do this year, and I tried it in November or in December just to see if I would like it, and I loved it, is a monthly, I'm calling them a glue book, but there's Michelle. She's designing her Fred notebook right now. I saw somebody on YouTube last night calling these just art journals, and that she has an art journal practice. And I was like, oh my God, I want to have an art journal practice. I usually call them glue books because I just glue stuff in. But I made that. So I made this. You can see I sewed the pages together, and it's just magazine pages that I put together. And then I used either a gel pen on dark pages or a Sharpie on white pages. And I just wrote some stuff. I did some collage. I made little pockets. I love this little envelope, and my letter to myself is in there from 2022. This is my December one. And the problem is, I think if I'm going to do flips of these, I need to do them at the beginning of the month, because then I just write in them, and I'm like, I need to go through that and make sure there's stuff I want to share. I think I can share my January one though, because it's pretty early in the month. So the cover on this one is a book page, and then I taped in some vellum to give it a little more like oomph. And then it didn't work very well because vellum apparently doesn't take tape very well. So then I stapled the vellum on there to make it stick. And I get a little pocket. And then this is a vintage food label that I just glued onto there, and the pictures that I found, whatever. So what I do is I put the pages together first. I pick the ones I like. And then I like it. I don't like words, too many words. This one I kept the words because they weren't, I don't know, but I probably will end up covering them. But I don't like headlines or just magazines. So sometimes I just fold it over and glue it so I get like a little piece. And then I can glue like something onto here if I wanted to like make it longer or whatever. This was a little piece of, where'd it go? I glued it in here. So Kevin got these Happy New Year hats. And then this was a piece of the band for the little like tiara thing. And this was just a little piece of leftover of that foiled vellum or acetate that I made. And I just taped that on there because I thought they were pretty. These are some stickers that Adrian got when she was making her bullet journal, and she gave me one and I stuck it in there. I love how this works. Watch this. Oh no, I'm like all frozen. So this is a cabinet card. It's a very old photograph, but I have like hundreds of them or thousands of them. And so, I mean, a lot, hundreds anyway. So I liked this lady. I liked the look on her face. I just thought she looked like she was taking nothing from no one. So I put her in here, but when I got her in there, look at that. She like, if I pull on this side, she flips over and you never can see what's underneath there. So, I mean, you can if you flip it, but then I could like have a secret message written on there. And also I can see the whole back, which is really pretty. So there's that lady. And then sometimes I just make tabs, like that was just a little piece left over from a magazine, but I liked it, so I stapled it on there. There's a photo that I had of Mount Fuji. This was the piece that was, I couldn't get the stickers off my Silk and Sonder, so I pulled this whole thing off, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool, so I just stuck it on the page. There's one sticker stuck on there. But you can see like I folded these over because I didn't like what was on the back side. This one I made into a little envelope. This is some washi tape that I had, and then I just made a little swatch thing and then stapled it on there, and it made another little pocket. And I found this was from a packaging of some kind, and I liked the arrow. I just liked what it said and the arrow, so I thought I might write a note or something and put it in there about my plans for this year. This one I didn't mind the words because it's Come As You Are, which is, Nirvana. So I left it, like I covered up the words that were on this page with this picture. There's where I was working on that matrix thing that I showed you. Hi, Katie. Here we are. I'm doing are you still working on your Afghan? Mm-hmm. So Adrian and I are making, mine's a weather Afghan, but I think Adrian has gone off the rails a little bit on hers and is doing something else.
I'm just doing a different type of stitch each row.
So every day I just do one row, and it's the color of the row is based on the weather.
Mine is called a sample blanket.
Hers is a sampler. Mine's a weather blanket. And so every day on this page, I just write down what the color I need to do, and the high temperature is what I'm going by because like I don't want to deal with the lows. And then I have my color chart here. And then this was like from a piece of packaging, and I thought it was really pretty, so I just stapled it in for a little tab. Do you recognize this, Katie Michelson? Katie Michelson sent me a card, and I put it in my junk journal. My glue book. That's a picture just from a book, and I cut it out. I have so many old photos, and whenever I buy a lot of old photos, I always get all of these school photos that they're so appealing to me, but I never know what to do with them. And I thought they would make good tabs, so I keep them. But then I realized sometimes I have like I want to make an envelope like this one, but it's like too floppy. And if I put the picture on there, it gives it some weight and it'll stay closed. So I thought that was cool. There's another little flip. See, there's another one where so this one is like layered. That kid's face and his glasses. And then this just opens and I don't know what I'll put in there, something. This is so I haven't done too much in here yet. There's a little envelope, like there's a pocket there and a pocket there. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but they're just these little piece of paper. I thought maybe I would write like little messages or something and keep them in there. See, I taped this quote. I glued this quote over whatever, there was like whatever the magazine's note was there about this lady that I didn't like the words. I don't like having the words in there. I thought that was funny because it looks like this is a three-headed monster. But sometimes I like the words. This one said, "Let the sun shine in," so I left that one. This was a little piece of a children's book. There's a little folder there. Then we're getting to the back sides of some of this stuff. There's another photo, and I cut this one because it wouldn't fit, and then I just put the top of it there. So I liked how that worked out. And then I've got a little journaling card in there that I'll eventually write something on. It's not gonna close right. What's happening here? Why isn't that closing properly? What's happening? There. This one I had it and I thought it was super pretty. And so if you just take tape and put it in the seam, you can tape in. So this is a page that didn't go all the way onto the other side. It's just taped in here as an extra page. I used washi here to cover up whatever words were there that I didn't like or want. This is a little subscription box that I get for Ruby. That's just like a little happy notes kind of thing. And it has like a pin in it, like a little pin that she can put on her jacket or whatever. And just some nice things that make her happy. So I get that for her. And then, but that's the box it comes in, and I think it's super cute. So I cut it up and put it in there. So this is like my base journal, or like junk journal for the month, or glue book for the month. And what I do is I go through some magazines or my stuff. I have like a lot of magazine pages that I've already saved, and I just make a stack that looks about right. And I make a cover, and then I open it to the middle, which is, where's the middle of this? Oh, it's right here. So I open it to the middle, which then I glue the middle page together to hide the string. But I would be open all the way, and then I poke 5 holes, and you go in from the out, through the inside, and it comes out here, and then back in and out until you have sewn it all together. And you can do all different things. Like this one, I put a piece of elastic just through the middle hole, and it's tied in a knot on the inside to close that one. This one I made a little, like literally made a button out of cardstock of some kind. And then I just tied a long piece of baker's twine to the middle thing here. I just went like in and through and up to tie it, and then I just can wrap it around, and it is stays closed. But my thought was that I might end up making these signatures in a bigger book at the end of the year, but that might be, I don't know if I can do like 12 of these would be very big. It would be like a book this big, like a 12-inch book or more. So I don't know. I might have to have 2 or 3 of them for the whole year, but I think that's what I might do is bind them as signatures in a larger book when I'm, as I get done with them. So like at least 3 I could put together, and that would be 4 bigger books for the year. A weather blanket is a blanket that you crochet, or I suppose you could knit it too, and you assign a color. So like I have, I'll show you my colors. Oh my God. Oh, Ruby's awake. Oh my God, what did I do to my poor little book?
There's some lovebirds giggling in the kitchen.
There's some canoodling going on somewhere. I can hear it. So I have my weather blanket page. I need to tab it. So right here, so if it's, I haven't assigned a color yet to 10 degrees or colder because it hasn't been that cold here yet, but I think it's going to be white. In fact, it is going to be white. And then I have gray for if it's in the 20s, pink if it's in the 30s, navy blue if it's in the 40s, teal if it's in the 50s, yellow for the 60s. And I think I'm going to do orange for the 70s and red if it's 80s or above.
Are you keeping up with yours?
Yeah, I am.
A couple days behind on mine. I need to get caught up this week.
Yeah. And then I just do 1 row of single crochet every day of the color. So like on January 1st, it was in the 50s, crazy, in northwestern Pennsylvania. It's insane that it's that warm. So I did teal because that's my color for the 50s. And then at the end of the year, you have a blanket that like reflects the colors for the whole. We have 16 people here. That reflects the colors for the whole year. Well, now I'm feeling like I need to do something productive because there's so many people here.
Yeah.
But I don't know what.
Doing something productive.
I'm done talking about my planners. I think I don't have anything. I'm trying, you guys, to talk my husband into doing an envelope stuffing video with me, and be like cash based for some stuff. He is so funny. I think you guys would love him. And I think he's such an extrovert too. I think I'm going to be able to get him to do it. I really do. And then we can do our little envelope plan. I can get him to go along with my crazy plans. Not always, but usually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so upset with myself for not marking these. Anyway, I think these are so pretty. I like how they turned out. These were from a book I bought at Ollie's. I just took some of the pages out of it, and it was a book about decorating, I think. But I liked how they turned out. They're very abstract because they're so small. It's a 3 inches by 6 inches, so it folds into a 3-inch square. There was one that had a lobster on it. It was my favorite one. I was going to see if I could find it to show you, but I don't see it. It's like they're just very abstract, and that one made me think of Ruby. Tomboy, unexpected, artful, spring. But it's upside down because the top is up there. Although I suppose once I laminate it, there's no reason I couldn't turn it that way. But I loved how these turned out. I think they make me very happy. And I thought about just taping them rather than laminating them. And I might do that because I feel like laminating is kind of a pain in my... I'll try just taping one and see how it turns out. Laminating is like a lot. And also, laminating pouches are a little bit on the pricey side. Yeah, I think that that works. Don't you? So I'd have to replace these. I don't know what I'll use those for, but I'm gonna have to make 6 more. Maybe I'll work on taping these up. I think that is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna tape them. Have any of you guys there? So it's Wendy. There's a challenge. You can look it up on. It's all over YouTube. It's called the 100 Envelope Challenge, and you number these 1 to 100, and then randomly pick one every month, every however often. So if you do it every week, you're gonna finish in about 2 years. But really? Huh?
I thought you were talking to me. So
No, whatever number. So like if you pick this one and it says number 22, then you put $22 in the envelope. And once all of the envelopes are filled, so all 100 envelopes are filled, you will have saved $5,050. So if you do it like no week, you'll have to save more than 100. You know, there'll be some week, 10 weeks, I suppose, where you have to do 90. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it'll be fun. I think it's just kind of a fun way to get in the habit of saving. Last year, my word of the year was prepare. And I had this book I was doing all the exercises out of. And one of the exercises was to save $20 a week. And I told that to Kevin and he just kept doing it. And now he has like an envelope in his life. I don't know if I should say this on YouTube. We need to put it in the bank. But he just has like an envelope that he's been putting $20 in every single week for more than a year. And there's like, I don't know, like $1,000 in there. And I didn't even know he was still doing it. He stuck to my goal better than I did. Because I told him to do it and he just kept doing it. And I was like, you did it? And he's like, yeah, you told me to do it. So there's like $1,000 in there now. So I think we're going to keep our $20 a week goal because that works. And then add in this other one. And it's kind of hard because you think to yourself, well, I can't afford to save that much or whatever. But I mean, you're saving it. You're not spending it. So if you need it, like if you have to pay your rent or whatever, like how nice that it's still there and didn't get spent at Walmart or whatever. Just FYI, we live in a little town where like Walmart is it for shopping. So you probably live somewhere where you can spend your money at Target or somewhere nicer than Walmart. I don't have any scissors here and I keep pulling this tape too long and I can't trim it. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna, a lot of times people laminate these, but this paper is super thick and I think I'm just gonna, and I know for sure that if this takes 2 years, like at the end of 2 years, if these, I don't see how possibly these could be all gross, but if they are, I'll be okay with making new ones. Because I'll have been looking at these same ones for 2 years. See how cute that is? Aw. Evelyn says if she had to give my personality a title, it would be Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I got pretty excited because we were on our Fresh Start call, and who was it? Someone said, "Oh, I know, it was Christine," and she said that her word of the year for several years was curate. And I was like, I love the word curate. And I had already come up with the great curate, which I was very proud of my title there. And I thought, oh, that's like, I don't know if aesthetic is the right word, but because I often say I am not a minimalist. I am totally a maximalist. Like if I'm going to do something, I am all in. That's just my personality. I'm definitely not a minimalist in any way. I'm a maximalist, but I thought, ooh, I want to be a curated maximalist, like a maximalist who only has the things that like I love the most. So that's my goal this year is to be a curated maximalist. See, you don't have scissors?
No.
Ruby, are you in the kitchen? Can you bring me a pair of scissors, please? What? A pair of scissors. I totally did not come up with the 100 envelope thing though. Just I'm like really late to that party. They're in the little drawer under the microwave. Ruby's gonna bring me scissors because I keep over judging my tape and I need to be able to trim it. I really like how these turned out. Like they make me very happy. I like these so much just looking at them that it will be. Thanks, baby doll. We are.
Look at how cute this is. It's very artistic. So cute. See, don't you want to create a bullet journal with me now?
She wants to create a bullet journal just as much as you would have wanted to when you were 17.
I probably would have really wanted to if I had known it was a thing.
No, you would not have. You are nearly 30, and I finally this year got you to think about
I
having
try
a
a
plan.
bullet journal almost every year since I've tried, but I never stick with it. But I have a goal this year that this one that I'm making is going to be more like a record, right? Like of what I did this year. So like I fill it out after I've done the things.
Yeah, that's
Not
what the point
before.
of the daily log is that you just make a log of what happened that day
Yeah.
after it's happened. And
Like I'm not making a to be read list in here. I'm gonna make things like
a to read.
challenges, like there's a reading challenge, like bullet spread thing right now that's like you put that in A through Z and you have to like fill out every time you read. Your goal is to try to read a book that starts with that letter of the alphabet. But then I can just like when I read, like finish reading Outlander, I can go put it under the O.
Where are you gonna find for like the Q?
I don't know. Let's get creative. I actually have a book called Queenie at home.
Called what?
Queenie.
I feel like
That's really good.
I think that Alex Haley wrote a book called Queen or Queen
Yeah.
Queen something. Hi, Susie. Oh, she wants to see a close up. I wish you could
It's
show.
not. This one is not like it looks a lot better in person. I feel like than
It doesn't. It's not coming in super clear,
But
and
this one-
it's
this one
nighttime,
is
so
my
it's
favorite
dark.
one. That one comes out really good on paper.
Yeah, that one is really good.
Ooh, that's audio there. Really weird.
You should. Yeah. So that one is your writing goals, right? Those are her buckets.
Mm-hmm. These are my buckets. This is another one. I messed up on this page, and so I think I'm gonna have to like take a paper and put it over it. But this is my. Oh man, I'm freezing again.
Mm-hmm.
This is my 1 by 1 or 10 by 100. That's another one that's like the colors are coming out darker on the screen than they are in real life. So that looks like super black, but it's really like silvery. And then this one is another one.
You know what I really think that I figured out this month, like that I'm going to try this year is instead of having like a lot of different planners that it's like too much for me to even remember where I put each thing.
Yeah.
Like I know for sure that I'm going to fill out my Fred every day. So if I put like my date, that Silk and Sonder with,
Go back and come back in.
okay, with my Fred, then I know I'm going to use it because I'm already opening that calendar every day. Like I have that as an established, so it's kind of like habit stacking.
I also need to put in I'm still here, you guys. I need to plug, my phone died. That's why it was being weird.
Oh,
I have to plug my phone in, but I'm still here.
you can unplug the laminator.
No, I don't want to.
Oh, okay. I love this one.
Oh, actually.
Isn't that cute?
it won't.
Here, just you probably have to unplug the laminator, which is the black one. Oh, are you gonna be able to put yours in there?
I don't know. I have two actually. I can plug yours and put
Okay.
two things on this charger.
Here, give me my box.
Yeah.
I'll put these in the car for
Thank you.
you.
Are you taking Caleb home
Yeah.
right now?
What are those ones to be in the car?
I have to go have a blood
Oh,
test
yeah.
tomorrow.
Can't do
I have a doctor's appointment on Friday next week, and I have to go get a blood test, like just my, nothing big, just my standard annual checkup blood test. But so I read last year, one of the books I read was The 5 Love Languages, and my sweet husband, his love language is acts of service. And he's just so sweet. Like, he just went and put my my blood test paperwork in the car so I don't forget it tomorrow. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what mine is. I'm pretty sure it's gifts, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I have a hard time. Like, I can, what is it called when you can, you know what everyone else is, but not yourself? Like, I can tell easily that yours is words of affirmation. I know for sure.
I don't know, but I for a long time, like when I first heard of it, I was like, "There's no way it's words of affirmation," because it makes me very, extremely uncomfortable when people gives me praise or whatever.
Oh, really?
Like I don't know how to respond to it, and then I'm like, thank
So
you.
what do you think it is?
I don't know, but I think it is because I also I really want to know that I'm doing a good job, that I'm doing things the right way.
Yeah.
So I want to know, but I don't know how to respond to it, or I don't know how to give it back sometimes too. It's hard for me. I don't know why, but I always get a lot of anxiety when I have to tell somebody happy birthday or happy, and
maybe.
I don't know why. It always is it just feels so awkward to me.
Maybe yours isn't words of affirmation.
But I think it is though, because that's when I crave affection. It's that I know that I'm doing a good job.
Huh.
I
feel
have
like
a
yours might be, or at least I don't know if you can have more than one, but quality time probably reigns true. For me.
But I am somebody who really, really needs a minimum amount of time a week.
Yeah, well, you're an
Completely
introvert as
alone.
well, but I think if someone makes a plan that doesn't include you or whatever, it upsets you.
Yeah.
I don't think mine is definitely not touch. Definitely.
That's not mine at all.
No way.
Don't like being touched.
Yeah. And I don't think mine is quality time either because I am totally okay most of the time just doing stuff by myself. Although I do like people to come with me, but I'm you can or not, but I'm still totally doing my thing. Kevin would never go out to eat by himself or to a movie, and I'm sometimes that feels the best luxury thing ever, to go to a movie and dinner all by myself.
My favorite thing to do is stay in a hotel room by myself.
Yeah,
I love
me too. I really love that too. So I don't think that mine is quality time, and I don't think that mine is touch. What are the other ones? There's words of affirmation.
Gifts.
Maybe gifts is the one I kind of think is mine. I'm pretty sure. What made me doubt that is that I know last year around my birthday, someone sent me, whose love language is most definitely gifts, sent me gifts, and she went so overboard that it was uncomfortable. And I was like, oh my God, what is she doing? And I don't do that. So I don't know if that means that like I'm a healthier, gifts are my words of, but definitely, I always think about like, what would someone, like, what can I?
I think maybe we are both a mixture of gifts and words of affirmation. Like I think we're in the middle.
I definitely would.
Because I feel like I like to give really, really thoughtful gifts, and it frustrates me when I can't.
Yeah.
Like it frustrates me that it's so hard to shop for like Christmas presents for Kevin and Nick.
Yeah. I think I don't know which one would be, but for me, like what is maybe I like to be heard. And I don't know which one that would be. It's not words of affirmation, I don't think. But I like to know that like someone is listening to what I'm saying or paying attention. It like nothing frustrates me more than to realize that I just said a thing and nobody, like the person I was talking to, was not listening to me or paying attention to me.
So I think that's a form of words of affirmation too.
Maybe. Yeah, that's the one thing that like irritates me. And I'm not easily irritated, really. I don't think. But that will irritate me. Like if I feel like I'm not being paid attention to. But on the flip side of that, I totally don't pay attention as well as I should. Oh, I found my lobster. Hold on, I'll show him to you. Look how cute he is. Look.
Aw. Oh, well, not charged fast enough. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. Come back.
She'll be back. I like this little lobster one. I think is my favorite. Yeah, I definitely think I'm not laminating these. Everybody else does, but I'm not feeling the need. And I can't cut them, trim them close enough. When that with the lamination to keep the, I had to tape them anyway. Ellen said, great planning party. I have to get up at 4:30. Ah, that's very early. Good night. Get some sleep. Susie is very impressed with your bullet journal.
Thank you.
I wish I was as talented an artist. I got that. I was watching that video about this woman makes like a monthly art journal, and it was literally the same thing as my glue books, except she puts them in a hardback book. Like she takes the pages out and then sews the whole signature into a hardback book, which I really liked. So I might try doing that. But she calls it an art journal, and then working on it every day is her art practice. And I thought, I could own those words, right? I don't know if it. I don't like. I look at them.
You always feel so weird about calling yourself an
I
artist.
really do. I feel like I am not an artist.
You are though. I think it's because you don't think visually, but I don't think you have to think visually to be an artist.
I think it's because I see like what you're doing right now. I could not do.
You totally could if you wanted to, though.
I couldn't do it. It would not look the way yours does.
Yes, it would.
No, it would not. But this woman, like the stuff that she was doing in hers was not. It would like nothing in it made me feel like, oh, I couldn't. Like that's way nicer than I could do or whatever. Like I was like, I could do that. In fact, I pretty much am. It was mostly just gluing stuff together. It was mostly just, yeah, like gluing things together. So I was like, I could totally do that because I'm already doing it. So I might just try reframing my words around it and call it my like glue book art journal. I like the term glue book a lot though.
I think you're a crafter.
Yeah, more of a, that word does not bother me or for myself.
Okay, come back.
This Jess Nicole says a lot of times people struggle with that because they give their own way of love to people, which I think she might be talking about the love languages thing.
Or the artist, you don't think she's talking about the
Well,
artist
because
thing?
they give their own way of love to people. That sounds like the love language thing, but I don't know. I wonder if Ruby has any art in her art journal or her notebook right there. I would love for you guys
Just
to pick the right
straight
one.
to the
There I am.
myself. I think it's this one right here.
We are trying to talk Ruby into doing art. We were doing weekly art with me's and talking about books. That's what we should talk about right now. What time is it? It's getting kind of late. But I need to plan my Suzanne book. And we planned your book. And you didn't help me plan my book. I'm writing this book that's based on I own this photo album that belonged to a woman from Paris, and it's full of these beautiful photos. She was born in 1894, and it's full of photos of her from birth until she was an old woman. And I'm writing a book based on that album, like a novel that's got that album as its around its center, and it's her great granddaughter finds the album in like her attic and decides that so the real woman's name was Suzanne, like Susan with a Z in the middle, which is very French, I suppose. I guess that was my take on it. And so I just stuck with the same name, and I don't know anything about the woman. I tried to find anything. I found when she died, which happened to be the same year I was born, which I thought was interesting. But other than that, I couldn't find anything except that she lived in Paris and into her 80s. Really? Hold on, please. Anyway, so I'm writing this book, and I'm writing it. It's got 3 parts to it. So there's a modern day Suzanne, and her, I need to put my slippers back on. Her nickname is Zani, and she's just moved from Northern California to this town that I made up a long time ago, and that I have started to write other stories in and have not finished them. But I really like the idea of this setting, and it's a town very similar to the one I live in northwestern Pennsylvania. Only it's called Convergence Township, Pennsylvania. And she moves to this little town with her mother because it was her mother's hometown, because their entire town in Northern California burns down, including their house and her mother's coffee shop that she owns. That's called. Her mom is obsessed with. She's like is it a Francophile, but instead of France, she's really loves French Canada. I thought that was funny. But anyway, so her coffee shop in California was called Cirque du Cafe, and she but anyway, it burns down, and their house burns down, and so they move to this house that her mother inherited from her mother or her grandmother, probably her grandmother, in this little town in Pennsylvania. And she she makes some new friends and whatever, but she finds in the attic this album, and it's got her name in it, right? Because she has the same name as her great grandmother. And so I am also telling the story of the great grandmother from childhood until probably she's about 20, I think. And the mystery of the story is what happened to the real Suzanne, or the ancestral historical Suzanne. And also, though, I'm writing these little excerpts. This part makes me a little nervous because it feels a little pretentious, and I hope I can pull it off. But I'm writing these little excerpts at the top of the chapter, every chapter, where I go. I think the flow of how I'm going to do it is 2 chapters in the modern Zani's point of view, and then 1 from the historical Suzanne's point of view. And at the top of every chapter, when I come back to the modern Suzanne, or modern Zani, I'm going to have this little excerpt from what I hope will read like a classic children's novel, something along the lines of Alice in Wonderland or Peter Pan, and it's called The Story of Suzanne. And it was written in 1909 in my book. Of course, I'm writing it, so it wasn't really written in 1909. But I think that Zani gets it in her head that her grandmother is that Suzanne. Like, imagine if you had a great grandmother named Alice, and somehow you got it in your head that your great grandmother was actually Alice in Wonderland, like that Alice, that the inspiration for that Alice, or that Dorothy, or that Anne, like Anne of Green Gables, or that Mary, like from Secret Garden, or whatever. Like your great grandmother was, if you got it in your head that your great grandmother was the inspiration for some like truly classic children's book that like universally well loved and everything. So I'm writing excerpts from that Story of Suzanne. I'm writing the chapters from the modern day Suzanne's point of view, and chapters from the historical Suzanne's point of view. And I think what I've come up with that I really like is that modern Suzanne's mother's story, like, so as modern Zani is figuring out what happened to her great grandmother, her mother is like kind of falling apart, and it's going to mirror the story of Suzanne, like the historical Suzanne, kind of. And what I really want to touch on, I think a theme, is this idea that I have of like generational trauma. You know, like if something happens, how does it to somebody to like kind of change the course of their life? How does it affect future generations? Like, how does it change a family in other ways? And so, and I also have a story in my own family. Hi, Michelle. Working on her fridge. Just wanted to say hi. Oh, that's okay, because I'm totally just talking about my story. I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about.
Oh, so in our town where we actually live, there's a
Nursing, or not.
there's a huge Gothic, like it was built in the mid 1800s, and it's like this intense, gorgeous, but really kind of scary hospital. It's called the State Hospital, and it's a psychiatric hospital that back in the day it was a insane asylum, like an asylum for real. And I read recently something about Nellie Bly and how she got herself like put into an asylum similar to that one, so that she could report on how easy it is for a woman to be institutionalized for acting like hysterical or that kind of thing. And I thought, okay, well, if this little town is based on my little town, it's definitely going to have this hospital. And so I want to build my little hospital, or I want to. So I have this story in my family that has like, it's, every family has their lore, and in our family, my grandmother had a nervous breakdown when my dad was a baby, and he was sent to an orphanage in Texas from California to an orphanage in Texas. And my grandmother got better and she couldn't get custody of him back. So she went and worked at the orphanage until he graduated from high school. So she moved there when he was, around 5, and then just stayed until he graduated from high school. So his mother, he was in an orphanage, but his mother worked there. And he ate dinner with her, and stuff like that. And she was his mother for sure. She was treated like his mother, but he lived in the boys' dorm with the other boys. And she was a house mother in the girls' dorm. And she was just my memory of her is that she was an artist. And she worked for
the Jungle Book.
She did work on. So she was a colorist at Disney when she was young. She worked on Fantasia and the Jungle Book, and she was just very bitter by the time I knew her, and very sad. And her life was derailed by things that happened to her that led to her being an unwed mother in the 40s. And no one would talk to my dad about it. So he grew up believing, like, just knowing that there was some sort of big scandal around his birth, but like literally no one would tell him who his father was or what happened, but his mother was just ostracized because she had a baby out of wedlock, which my dad did not find out for sure what happened until my little brother had a blood test like 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
2 years.
2 years ago,
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and found like a first cousin with the name Grimes. So it was my dad's brother's daughter that he found. And so we found my dad's family from his dad's side. And
but we thought the last name Grimes was made up.
yeah, there was even my dad wasn't even sure that if the name Grimes was like really a name, or if like my grandmother just wanted to appear. She used the name Grimes, but she was definitely never married to my dad's father, but she used his name because she wanted to appear married. And so there was like a rumor or like a thought that maybe it had just was a made up name. But as far as my whole life, like the name, like Grimes family just starts with my dad and my grandmother. And then there's like this whole other part of the family, and they're so different from us. And it's very weird, but they look like us, which is also very weird. Very weird. Because my dad looks very much like his mother, and some of my brothers and sisters look very much like my dad. Like I have one brother that looks just like my dad, and I have my sister also looks just like my grandmother, like a clone. Beautiful, but like some of us have softer features. Like we're not as we just don't have that, and we have my dad's family's looks, and that is very strange, very, very strange. But anyway, I thought I would try to build in that idea of I think the historical Suzanne had a baby very young and lost custody, and then ended up working where the baby was. I think I'm going to work that story in.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Yeah. But I'm not sure. I think that I'm going to have the mom like kind of having her own little breakdown as she's back in this little town that she's tried very hard to escape, and her mother. So her mother would be the historical Suzanne's granddaughter. No, daughter. So her mother would be this baby that was born very young and then taken away from her mother. And so I think that I'm going to have where Leah, I don't know how to say it in the French way. Do you know? Leah, Lea, with a accent on the E. Anyway, however you say Leah in French, that's her name. And I think that like she escaped, like she ran away and just was determined not to repeat the pattern of her mother and her grandmother. And now she feels like it's happening anyway, and she has like her own little mini breakdown, and it will mirror Suzanne in the historical Suzanne's breakdown, although she's much older, obviously. But the album gave me a serious like Lewis Carroll vibe. Lewis Carroll and Alice Liddell, Alice in Wonderland. The guy who wrote it is Lewis Carroll, and he, there was rumors about his. Alice Liddell was like his, a little girl that was his muse for Alice in Wonderland, and there's rumors that he like wanted to marry her when she was very, very young, and all of this stuff. And I don't know if it's just rumors or what, but there's that feeling that I don't know. But I thought what I would do is have like play around with that a little bit and be that as the basis of like this family level trauma.
I like that.
Yeah. And I think what's going to happen is she has a baby. So there's an older, a man that is like their family patron. They live in Montreal, and it's like a patron for the family. He's a photographer, or I don't know if he's actually a photographer, but he likes to dress up the little girl and take her photo. And he's clearly like,
were patrons a thing in like turn
Oh,
century?
sure.
So I feel like when I hear patron, I think like Renaissance or medieval.
Oh, I don't know. I might not use the word patron. That's just what I'm having. I haven't used it in the book so far. It's just what I've got going on in my head for how the relationship. But her mother would definitely feel like he's courting her, but he behaves like he's courting the daughter.
Patrons are a thing. I just wonder what they would have called them, because I know that like Gustav Klimt, like the lady in gold, is a real woman, right? Like that was her family. She was like, he was a patron of her family.
It feels like a French word to me, which I don't know if it is or not.
It's an English word.
Oh, okay.
Sure. But because like the royal family used to use a lot, like kings and queens and all that. And
well, he's just supporting this whole family, and the mom has the feeling that like someday he'll marry her, and he has no intention of that, but he's kind of infatuated with her daughter. Mm-hmm. And so he buys her gifts and he takes her picture, and I'm pretty sure that when she's probably around the age that Bonnie is in the book, which would be 15, she has a baby. And I don't know that I'm gonna imply that it's his baby, but I don't know for sure that I definitely am not gonna write, because it's a YA book. I'm not gonna write anything on the page that happens.
There's a really good is subjective because it's a whole story, but there's a memoir about the girl, like the real girl that Lolita was based on.
Oh, I didn't even know Lolita was based.
Well, like it was on a case that was around the same time that was like eerily similar.
Mm.
That people like suspect the author based it on.
Mm. Well, I just thought I might have it where she's like the reader would have to make a decision about whether or not. But I think I'm going to have the notes that I've made to myself so far are that she doesn't handle it very well. And she ends up in this asylum, and she has her baby there, and then the whole thing of the baby, she can't get the baby back, so she ends up going to work where the baby is, and then she falls in love again, and she tries to just take her baby and go. Mm-hmm. And she can't, because she doesn't have custody of the baby, and she gets caught, of course. And now she loses the custody of the baby altogether. And by this time, the patron, whose name is Julian, has married her sister. Mm. And I think the mom may have died, although I'm not sure yet. But he's married the sister, and they adopt the baby. Mm. Because now she's never going to get custody of her baby again, because she's like kidnapped her basically from the orphanage. Mm. And so she ends up. Yes, hold on. I think that she's going to end up like where kind of like the story. In fact, I might not even, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I like the idea that her sister and this man adopt the baby, and I don't know if no one believes her, or she just doesn't ever tell the truth, or if I want it to be that vague or not. I haven't decided. But that, oh my God, really? But I think that what will happen is that Suzanne ends up like being a nanny to her own daughter, who is being raised by her sister and her abuser, because until Zani is, because if she does that, then she can make sure that the baby's name is B, that B can know for sure. I mean, that she'll know that B can know that she's her mother, her real mother. Mm-hmm. And so B, who is now Zani's grandmother, right, knows that Suzanne was her mother. But she's like got this bitterness to her that, because I don't know, like I just want to show how things can get passed down from generation to generation if they're not resolved. Yeah. So I'm not sure what to do with I have the historical Suzanne story down really well. Mm-hmm. And I'm stuck a little bit on the modern Suzanne story. I don't know. So I know what I've written so far is that she starts high school. She's a freshman in high school. So she's like 14-ish. And she makes friends with a girl named Huck, who is the photography teacher's daughter. And I think that I'm going to have the photography teacher and the mom, her mother, start dating. And so I'm not sure, but I think that will be a good way to show like a healthy relationship finally coming into like her being able to have a healthy relationship is something that helps her to overcome this fear that she can't overcome, like she can't break the cycle. Mm-hmm. I really think I need an extra generation in there.
I don't think you do, though.
I think I do, because otherwise I guess I don't have to, but I can't have the book, like the original Suzanne, be that old.
Well, can there be somebody that's connected to a modern Suzanne's grandmother, but odd her?
Well, I do have that that there's a woman in town. So,
What?
Zani meets her friends, you know, makes some friends, and when she tells them her name, they're like, "Oh, are you related to Grace?" Because they have the same kind of funny French name. And she's like, "I don't think so. I don't have any family," but it turns out that that's her aunt.
I wonder. So what about exploring like what is so B is modern Suzanne's
Daughter.
mother's.
Well, it's her mother, but I think it might be her grandmother.
Well, if it's her mother's mother, it could be interesting to explore like what was their relationship like.
Right. But I think that I think I want her B to be like Leah's
Like
grandmother.
how did B's mom like B not, you know, having a kind of tumultuous childhood, or, you know, like how, I don't know.
Well,
How did that affect her being able to be a mother?
right. I think that what I want to do is show that like she was, in my mind, she ends up a lot like the mom from the Ya sister, like kind of over the top. And so this would be like, then her daughter would be Leah's mother, and she, like, what would she be like that daughter? And then Leah is just like trying desperately to overcome and run away and like not continue this cycle, because I think that the result is everybody is kind of, why is that one so much bigger than the other one? Kind of abusive.
Yeah.
And or you know, there's maybe addiction, or I'm not sure yet, but like that kind of thing anyway.
I think that's where you can tie in a second generation there. Is like kind of indirectly, like not have a whole another thing where you're telling their story, but through backstory through the mom.
Yeah. I did this one wrong. Can I have my scissors back? I taped up the wrong side of this. There you go. So I'm thinking that I don't know. But that there's like this kind of generational mental health issues that stem back to this like terrible instance of abuse that happened to Suzanne.
Yeah.
And why is this one is so off? What's happening? No, that's better. So that's where that's going. We'll see.
I like it.
We'll see how it turns out. But I'm struggling with enough story for the modern Suzanne.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the plan, Suzanne's mother's plan is, I need the scissors one more time when you're done there. Sorry, just 1 second. Is to fix up this house and sell it so that she can move, like they can leave and she can open another, you know, she's waiting for the insurance money from the fire and sell this house that's just been kind of sitting empty. No, I have no opening here. Been sitting empty for decades or a long time, and so that she can like leave and leave again. And I think that I'm gonna have them end up staying, like that she doesn't have to run away from her roots anymore or whatever. And I think that Grace is gonna end up being her aunt, her mother's sister, and I think that I'm going to have her grandmother still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the revelation the other day, like, what if what if Suzanne is adopted?
Which Suzanne?
The Zani, the modern one. So, like, I don't know. I don't know why that seems like such a good idea to me at the moment, but it did. Like that would be part of the third act twist, is that she finds out that I'm thinking that grandma could, so I think that Leah, I don't know how to say that in French, but she was maybe in an abusive marriage, and that's how she ended up in California, kind of running away from that. And that her mother would maybe lets her husband know where that she's in Convergence now, and sends him there. And so that would be a lot of like conflict in the modern part of the story. And it could be how Zani learns that she's adopted. But I'm not sure if that feels too convoluted. And I keep remembering my agent telling me simpler is better.
Sure no. It does sound like an extra thing added on top to me.
Yeah. But I think that the very final scene of the story will be the historical Suzanne standing at a bookstore window looking at a display of the story of Suzanne. And I'm not sure. I think that I'm just going to leave it up to the reader to decide if she is that Suzanne or not.
Yeah, I like that.
So we'll see. I'm not sure. And this is taking so long that this envelope thing better work, man. Or I'm going to have to think of another thing to do with 100 little envelopes. Like, seriously. This is taking a really long time. I love how they turned out, though. I love the colors of them. And I love how they look in my little box. Like, isn't that pretty?
It is pretty. 2, 3, 4.
Which spread are you doing?
Now I'm making my February. I think this is how my January spread looks. So I have my Fred.
Mm-hmm.
I have my main deadlines for this month.
Mm-hmm.
I have, if you are going to the proposal workshop tomorrow, we're going to talk about this, but I created a monthly worksheet and a weekly worksheet for what you're going to do this month. And towards your proposal, your main goal this month. And so, and part of it, the big part of it is choosing your 2-month focus, your 1-month focus, and how you'll know that you've been successful. Huh?
The monetization for this.
Oh, that's okay.
We've been on for hours and I didn't turn it on.
You could turn it on after. People come and watch it. But then how will I know that I've been successful? And then I have, I think I'm going to try, I have when I put together my editorial calendar, I set dates for this is what I'm working on. Well, first of all, this is what I'm working on during my 10-minute sprint and my 1 hour sprint this week, and other deadlines for my short nonfiction books and things like that, so I stay on track. And so I made this. Look. And it's a little flip out for each.
Oh, That's
And
adorable.
then I put and this is metallic paint, but it's only it's showing up.
It
really well.
is.
My thesis statement
Aw,
in the empty space.
I love that.
And so that's my monthly spread. And so now I'm just working on making like February's and March's. I'm gonna do it maybe by quarter, I think. But if I know how many pages I'm gonna use, then I can like block out those pages, and then I can move on to because I want to put a reader tracker in here and like a creativity tracker.
So are you just going to use that for more than 1 year then?
No.
You're just going to have a lot of empty in the back, or once you
No,
have it
I'm
on?
going to use about 4 pages for each month.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I counted it out, and it was maybe about half of this book would be the year, like the month. But in between all those, I also have like my goals for the quarter. So I have to have, 4 or 2 pages or whatever in between for quarter stuff, and then I'm gonna have like, I don't know, actually might even be more than that because I used more pages than I didn't. So most of it'll be that, and then the other stuff will be, like reader tracking and creativity tracking, like my creative projects, and what else did I have planned? I had
Well, you should save some pages for planning 2023.
yeah, well, and I'll have
Pick up other.
stuff for so like social media, like I don't know, I just have some other goals that I'll probably make sections for. But I don't think I'll end up using most of it.
This one cracked me up. Look, it has a Savers price tag on the picture.
Yeah. I might go in. This one girl that I saw had like a highlights section at the very end. Like she used the last pages of her book and printed out pictures from each month of the year. Like every month printed out pictures of things she did, and put those at the back of her book, like in the pages that she didn't end up filling. So it was like she called it highlight pages, but it was like a little like an actual scrapbook with photos.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I might do that with my open pages at the end.
Oh, that's a good idea. You could also have a page where you just do some reflection every month or whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. I'm putting together my February spread now.
It's getting late and we're losing our audience. There's only 5 people now. They got bored of my book.
My computer's gonna die soon.
Yeah, I think we are about ready to. I have a few more of these to tape and then I think we're done. This was fun.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Evelyn said, when I retrieved the kitten's toy from under my bookcase, and I don't know why she said that. I feel like I missed something. Oh. So I feel like on Sunday, we should do a live plan with me and actually do our weekly planning.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do yours electronically. You don't have to use.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you have time, like every Sunday that you're going to go through, you'll actually use that bullet journal because you'll have dedicated time to go in and fill out the parts, like your
maybe.
book you read or whatever.
Yeah. I agree with that. 2, 3, 4.
So this took 2 full rolls of tape. That's like a Christmas worth of tape, almost. But I'm almost done. I wonder if I should break out my 3rd roll of tape here. I have 4 more.
I think I am gonna try that though, like making it my Fred instead of using stickers in February, like a color page. I get to color each square.
Yeah. Do you think you'll keep up with it? Or you'll be like,
Yeah, I think I will.
just do it like a simple picture. You would have to make sure you have something on every single square though. Your picture would have to take up the whole. Would it be like a picture or more like a doodle? Like a Zen doodle or whatever?
Well, it'd be like the whole thing would be a picture.
Right,
Okay.
but would it be like a picture of something or more like a mandala or something?
I think it would. I think it would be some sort of like maybe an easy pattern or something. I don't know. Or a picture. I think it could be either one.
Well, if it was a picture, it would be harder because you would have to have it take up every single square. There's like no white space.
Yeah.
Successful.
I'll try it for again in February.
Oh, I
and see how it
did
goes.
have enough tape. Good. So I'm gonna have to make 6 more because it's gonna bother me to have 6 that are laminated. What am I gonna do with these instead? These are so cute. I don't want to let them. Maybe it won't bother me. Will it bother me? What if I trim this off and then tape them? Trim them right down to the bone. And then tape them. That might not bother me so much. So what are we gonna, we need to like think of what the great curate actually means. I love the way it sounds to say great curate. How did you do with your plan of getting all of your mess of 2022 cleaned up?
Pretty good, I think, actually. Not too bad. Not as what I imagined, but I may have shot a little too high. And that's okay.
Yeah, but better.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna spend tomorrow maybe doing some decluttering or making a decluttering plan at least.
Yeah.
What I need to do is like treat all this stuff like a habit, my home stuff like a habit, like I do with writing. And so like I need to have, I don't know, like I wonder if I should just like tackle one habit, a new habit a month, build a new habit a month that has to do with like home stuff.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I don't know. I haven't decided.
What would your January habit be?
I don't know.
I think that mine is the super habit, which is to get rid of 25 things a week. So I actually put it in my calendar to find 25 things for Kevin to take to the thrift store for me to donate. Oh no.
I think I need to, what I really need to do is choose a day that's like my chore day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it needs to, I always think the most easiest thing is to think that like, well, I'll do it on one of my days off.
Then you really don't want to.
And I really don't want to. And so I think it needs to be like maybe a Monday when I have less stuff.
Oh my gosh, so there's a lady named Ali Kazaza or something like that. And she has a book called Declutter Like a Mother. And I got the book, and then I signed up for some kind of challenge that she's doing. And then I got the challenge. And it's 16 weeks, and she divided the house into 16 sections. And I was, I'm like, okay. And then she has the basement, the attic, and the garage all in 1 week. And I was like, my God, like,
you only have 2 of those, but they're your rooms that
yeah, like
you're definitely.
she
like a
has
month
for
on
sure
their
never
own.
seen my attic or basement. Like, there is not a chance that I could declutter those in a week. Like, both of them? Are you crazy? I might not even be able to do one of them in a week.
I don't think you would be able to. My computer died.
Okay. Well, you're still here.
I know, because I'm on my phone.
Oh. So I was like, I don't know, maybe we could come up with our own 16-week plan that's like not. She's also very much a minimalist, which is not my jam.
She doesn't store stuff in her attic. And
Well,
basement.
clearly she does not, because if her attic looked like mine, she would not be like, hey, let's clean our attics in a week, and the garage and the basement. Like, what? Are you crazy? Not happening. Not in a week anyway. But I do have a plan, but I have not doing it. So like, I had a plan to do like a 10 by 100, and I was just gonna curate, I don't like the word declutter, every day for 10 minutes, and I'm not doing it. And so I feel like the reason I was thinking yesterday about why am I not doing it? Because it's 10 minutes, and I don't have a problem doing 10 minutes of other stuff. Like, it's always worked for me. And I think it's because the same thing that I hear people tell me all the time, which is that, I'm saying 10 minutes, and I even write it in my planner, but my brain isn't there. Like, I think to myself, there's no way that I can, I have to do more than 10 minutes, or I'm like going to spend my whole life trying to declutter this stupid house. Like, it's not going to work. And so I think that I have not actually internalized that 10 minutes is my whole goal.
Yeah.
And so I thought, instead of that, I might need to, like, in my planner every day next week, like, write down exactly what I'm going to do during those 10 minutes.
Fred for cleaning.
Maybe, because I actually have one more.
Oh, what would you call that? A folder for?
No, I would just call it the Great Curate.
Oh yeah.
I love the word great. So what's an acronym that includes the Great Curate?
I don't know. I'm not the right person to ask.
You're not.
Nope.
You're very creative, though.
Not with names.
It took me like a lot of brain power to come up with Fred. Evelyn says I might just not be there. So Evelyn says, now as I struggle with my writing editor planner, I wonder what the heck. I just need to finish working through the lessons. Thank you for everything. You are welcome. It was fun to hang out with you. There's only 2 people here now, and I think Michelle called it a night. I think we need to as well. But I want to thank you guys, if you're watching this later, for helping me to just hang out with friends today. I needed it. So thank you. And I think that we will be back on Sunday. Are we going to be back on Sunday? Can we commit to that?
Sure.
Okay. Because you don't have to be here. Like, you can do it from your house. And I'm done with my little thingy. See how cute this is? Like, who wouldn't want to put like $12 in there or whatever? I think this turned out absolutely adorable, and it's like fun and pretty to look at. And now all I have to do is number them, and then once a week put some money in. if I have, do you have a Sharpie? I don't have a Sharpie down here. Huh?
Made these look like little file folder pages. I wondered if you wanted them.
Yeah. Why aren't you using them?
Well, this from when I cut it out from there, cut out from there.
Oh,
Little cutouts.
cute.
I know, look, I like how this looks for each quarter.
It's very cute. You're not showing it on the.
Um,
It didn't show it all in the camera.
it's
There
like-
it is.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
I'm like cut out for the quarter.
Very cute.
And I have to make my quarter one page, and it'll just be like this is all of quarter one right here.
Look at how cute that is. And then the money sticks up just a little bit so that you can see like your progress. So that'll have $5,000 eventually. These are cute. Like I think this is nice paper and
It is pretty nice. I was
trim
used
them down a little
for
bit.
this one markers, like these brush markers, and they did bleed through a little bit, but
Oh, they did.
not too much.
I
but
think if you
definitely.
stick with this next year, you should like splurge and get like a
Yeah.
Archer and Olive
I think
planner
I
or
will.
something.
Um,
Oh, look, then I can tape that in to make like my February. I'm gonna do that. But it's a little too wide. I need to do.
I have these extra ones you could cut it down into.
You should do it. Well, oh, that would be like lots of days. Why is
You
this
can
like
use it
all
for-
uneven?
Oh, I think that one of the papers got folded up a little bit, and I had to. When I originally made the cut, then I had to trim it
Oh,
so it all matched. Oh well, some of them are. That was from a different section too, so it might not be exactly the same.
oh, that's okay. I'm just gonna tape them in so that the tab is over the top. But I need to. Maybe I don't need to. Oh, I should do like, so that one will go that way, that one will go that way. Maybe
What is this? This is
2 dots.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be adorable.
11, 12, 13.
Oops, I didn't go down far enough. I'm kind of hungry. Wow, those
Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I'll go one more dot. Huh?
Trying to see how far in I'll be if I do all these for the whole year.
Oh.
2, 5, 6, 7.
Man, these dots make it so I can cut straight. That's nice. There. I have 4 of these.
Quarter phase. 1, 2, 3,
Remind me to use them when we do our monthly planning.
7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Oh,
14. But yeah, see, like that is for what I've been doing here, these quarters, it'll get me all the way to here, which leaves me like, I think just the right enough space for like reading trackers and all that stuff. There I have some extra pages there, but I'll figure out something to do.
Ooh, what is your number one New Year's resolution?
I
To
feel the name of the
finish.
book.
Yeah, all of my writing projects. I need to get up to, what is today, the 5th, 6th? Which day?
6.
Evelyn says your thing is gorgeous. There's nobody here anymore. Why don't we end? Bye, guys.
Bye.